People often talk about houses appreciating, but what if I told you that this is actually a myth? What actually appreciates is the land that your house sits on. The sticks and bricks and all the building components that make up the house itself actually start losing value as soon as they leave the supplier. Just like any other item you buy at the store and buy it new and bring it home, it starts to depreciate, right? The appreciation you see in your home's value over the years, it includes the appreciation in the land value, plus the effect of inflation on replacement value. And replacement value, of course, includes both labor and materials. So in other words, the cost to build a new house keeps going up. So the older house gets a bump from inflation from that, right? But still, this value is actually reduced by the depreciation of the actual existing structure. And as the existing structure loses value over the years, at some point, it's going to be equal to the land value. And when you're close to that point, unless you're talking about major renovations, any money that you put into fixing your house up is basically down the drain because it's still only going to be worth the land value. Those repairs and renovations are just not going to be enough for a home buyer to think that it's in move-in condition. So it's still going to only appeal to a buyer who wants to tear it down. That's why you want to look at any major renovation project very carefully and extrapolate the future value of your home. In other words, you take a look at what's the value today? What are my estimated renovation costs? And what's the value going to be after this planned renovation? And most importantly, what is the estimated value going to be upon future sale? So for number 3, you're going to need to estimate how long you're probably going to stay in your home. And that's really an important factor. What we see is that when we renovate, the finishes seem new to a buyer for the first few years. But after a few years, those finishes are going to begin to seem dated and they're going to negatively affect the price. So if you own a property that's in need of some major work, you're going to want to get a professional to help you evaluate your options and look at the numbers. Because I find that people are often surprised when they look at the numbers, and it can make a really substantial difference to your bottom line.